I don't know what kind of dad I'll be since I haven't had an example to follow.
I struggle with authenticity, being free to say what I think without regard for image, status, or reputation.
I struggle with financial responsibility and workaholism. I tend to find self-worth through work.
Some of us struggle with leading our families as Christian men. We sometimes face obstacles and resistance from our women when trying to lead in love, respect, and nurture.
As I was reading the statement and the question, I thought to myself, what is authenticity? Oftentimes we can think that that means we have to be all the way mean, all the way nice, and no in between. As I think back on my own life, I would say it's just loving people and men and friends through the moment. More importantly, I believe life is meant to be lived in community, male or female. Men have a tendency to want to isolate when things aren't going well. And because we don't realize that all of us are struggling with the majority of the same things. However, if you can get a group of men that are authentic, open, honest, and candid about themselves, it will help you identify that you're not alone in this world. I was an only son for 15 years, trying to manage my parents' expectations of me and the challenges that possess. And now that I'm a parent, I can only imagine having to teach my sons how important it is to be themselves and allowing them to be what God called them to be and not what I want them to be.
Yeah, I think for years I blamed my dad for leaving me. Most people don't know my dad was murdered. And so I knew that, but somehow I still felt like, gosh, why did you have to go? Like, it's your fault that you left. And I blame God too. And I had to realize that even though that was a horrible experience, in my life, somehow it helped shape who I am. And, no matter who you are, I mean, whether your dad, died, whether your dad just walked out, whether your dad knows who you are and is still living and is still like in the state of Texas and just won't talk to you, whatever it is, you have to forgive him. And you have to understand that those moments in your life where he wasn't there, it's just shaping who you are.
So many verses that I want to say, but I do not know the verse, but one comes to mind, and it's Jeremiah 33, verse 3. Call unto me, and I will answer you, and show you great and unsearchable things you do not know. And I say that to say pray. With all these things you're going through, pray. I tend to find myself in other conversations that deal with technology, with business, with education. It's all about expanding opportunities and giving other people who haven't had these opportunities and resources the ability to get ahead. And that's all how I tie myself to the different things I do. So when you mentioned the self-worth through work, I really do use that to my strength. This is who I am. This is where I spend my time, my energy, all about giving back to people, all about connecting and making relationships.
As the leaders of our home, we must always be in prayer, practice humility, and continue doing things the Lord's way. True love takes away fear. A woman whose husband loves her dearly has no reason to fear because he has the love of Christ in him. And the Christ in him won't fight the Christ in her. The Christ in her will not fight the Christ in him. We worship horizontally with one another, but we worship together vertically with Jesus Christ. When people love, show true love, the more comfortable they will become with each other. The more I love my wife, the more she can take it easy. After 52 years, I think she's pretty comfortable right now.